Hey guys, I realize it's been a while. Um, I'm on my way to my sister's, and I figured I would stop and maybe give updates, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm just not happy with how I look, but whatever. Um, just, I don't know. A lot's going on, and I feel like, I don't know. I feel like she's the only one that understands because obviously she lost her mom too. We lost our mom. And I don't know, it's hard to talk to anyone. I just started therapy this week with a new therapist, which, yay. I was putting that off for a while because last week, unfortunately, I found out that my aunt passed away, and she's my dad's sister. She came to my mom's funeral, and it just seems so surreal because we don't know what happened. So that's been messing with me. And then I was supposed to start therapy, like, I think before that, and then that day, and it's like, I don't have it in me. And then I don't know, like this past week, it's like a lot's happened. My little boys, they started, it's like preschool. It's, like early childhood education where they go for an hour and a half, like once a week, and, I go with them. Fortunately, my second cousin's wife, she is the teacher, and she's amazing. And I'm gonna shut the car off. And I feel so much better because, like, you know, I don't trust my children with just anyone. And some people may say that, but I seriously, like, it's probably unhealthy, and I'll probably work on that, but I don't like just anyone watching my children. So anyway, we were late, which I hate being late. I'm always early, and went to the wrong doors. So it's at the elementary school, so there's big kids there, which it kind of scared, my 2-year-old and 3-year-old. My 2-year-old just turned 2, so it's like all these big kids are running around, and they're kind of like, oh, like. But once we got there, I mean, it went pretty well, I think. And then, I don't know, I thought it was sweet. This little girl, I had never seen her before, nothing, and she hurt her elbow and she ran up to me and wanted me to kiss it. So I felt flattered because kids, you know, they just don't go up to anyone and be like, kiss my elbow. So I, you know, I felt flattered. Um, it's Friday the 13th, which I hope nothing goes bad while I'm driving to my sister's because just it's a drive, and I can't believe 2 months without my mom. Like stupid stuff. I want to reach out and talk to her. I just miss her. And I kind of feel lost. And like I said, the old me would definitely be self-destructive, probably taking a lot of pills, drinking, all that fun stuff. It's really not fun, but whatever. I haven't drank in 2 years, like a sip of alcohol even. I don't do drugs. I mean, I'm prescribed medication for ADHD and anxiety that I've been going through with my mom, but I don't abuse them. It's not even a thought in my head to get fucked up, especially with 2 little kids. Like, I never want them to worry, like, what's wrong with mom? Mom's acting weird. Mom's talking funny. Why is she, you know what I mean? I never want them to worry about me. I want them to be, I don't know, have the carefree of like a child should have for as long as possible. My husband, like, he has a few beers on the weekend, like, if that, because he has weekends off. And that's after the kids are sleeping. He doesn't do drugs. Like, it's just one of the things that we're adamant about, that, once we have kids, like, we're not gonna basically do anything to, like, traumatize them, get CPS called, anything, because, like, I never want them to feel just worried about us. Growing up, my mom, she was in a lot of pain for a long time, and she was adamant about not taking prescription pills. And this is like when Oxycontin was first, like, being pushed out heavily, and they would literally give you tons with refills. She turned it down because her former friends turned into addicts, and she saw what that did, and she was just absolutely terrified of becoming dependent on, pain medication. So she took a lot of ibuprofen. She was actually, she is screwing up her liver enzymes, whatever. They were like through the roof. I don't even know why I have my sunglasses. It's turning dark. So, but yeah, this hair has to go. I have my hat that I always wear, like, in the wintertime, you will always see me sporting one of these hats. Carhartt brimmed hats are the shit. So what she would do at night after work is she would have a couple drinks. And I remember this, like, it was vodka. Like, I don't like vodka, and it's like, I hate the smell of it. And I remember, like, even as a young kid, just like when people get drunk, like how they can be sometimes like silly drunk, where they giggle or laugh or whatever, or they can be mean. And it's like, I don't have like some, those memories aren't exactly fond memories, but I just remember how I felt, and I don't want my kids to ever feel that way. So I'm hoping I'm at least, doing that right. I don't know. I don't know when the last time I uploaded, but my husband and I, September 27th, celebrated 4 years of marriage. But around this time, 10 years ago, this is when we're starting to date. Halloween is like our official, like, anniversary, like 10 years. And I don't think, well, I never thought I would get married. The thought of spending so much time with just one person, like the rest of your life, I couldn't fathom a year, like, being with someone. Like, I had a relationship that was a year that was just, it was horrible. And I couldn't imagine being with someone a year, let alone 10, 20, whatever. And now it's like, I couldn't imagine life without him, especially with everything with my mom. You know, it's like he has been my rock, you know, and I'm grateful for him. And it's just crazy, like 10 years, and it's like I still get butterflies when I hear him pull up from work. I still get giddy. He makes me so happy. He just he's a great guy, you know. And before I met him, I was kind of, I don't know, bitter because I didn't think good guys existed. I had come out of two abusive relationships and I just didn't think they existed. And what's weird is me and my husband, we were talking to each other on Facebook for almost a year before we met. So when we actually met face to face, it's like we really knew each other. Because even though, like, we hadn't met, it's like in high school, I think he was 4 years ahead of me. He was 4 years. And we had a mutual friend that he passed away in 2008 from suicide. That was my husband's best friend. But for the longest time, this friend was trying to get us to meet. And, you know, what's weird is Halloween is that friend's birthday. So when, you know, we made it official, we're like, you know, on Halloween, it was kind of like a nod to him because how we actually met, he somehow wound up on my Facebook friends list, which I don't know how. I don't just add anyone. I know he friend requested me, but I had posted a picture of me and Adam, that was our friend, and he private messaged me saying, "Oh, you knew Adam," and blah blah blah. And then we got to talking and figured out, you know, Adam was trying to get him to meet me and vice versa. And our oldest son's middle name is Adam, as, you know, kind of like an ode to him. But yeah, I totally give Adam credit for us meeting because even while he is gone, he still managed to bring us together. But I don't know, I just, during that time, like before, I don't know, I had been single 2 years. I had really worked on myself because I was in such a place where I didn't have any like self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence. You know, because when you're in abusive relationships, you know, you're kind of like, you know, brought down and brought down, you know, till you feel like you're nothing. So I worked on myself for 2 years and I was really happy. I was content being alone. And I knew it would take one hell of a person to change that, and that is my husband. I was hanging out with some people. I had just got a treatment. Well, actually, I was in treatment like 77 days, and then I went to a halfway house for 90 days. And then, I mean, I had passed the year of being sober, whatever. I was hanging out with some friends, and they were doing stuff that happened to be like what I was into, which was, you know, painkillers. I had a prescription in 2007. I injured my sciatic nerve horribly, where I couldn't walk on it for 9 months. It was just really bad. And during that time, Percocet and stuff was basically thrown at me, and I developed an addiction. So they were doing Percocet, Lortab, like, my faves. And I decided, me and my husband were texting all night, to each other. And I told him, I'm like, I need to get out of here. And I had been picked up, so I didn't have my car. And usually I always have an escape route. Like, I usually always drive because situations like that or whatever. So I told him, I'm like, I'm just going to walk home. This is 3 a.m. Home is maybe 3 miles. He's like, let me pick you up. And I'm like, no, I can do it. Like, I'm a big girl. I can do it. I pretty much told him the route that I was taking, and he found me. And when he pulled up, I'm like, are you? And he starts laughing. I'm like, you're not like a Dahmer or anything, are you? And he's just like, no. And from us meeting, I think that was like October 7th. I'm weird with dates, numbers, whatever. From that point on, we were pretty much inseparable. So, yeah, I mean, I got myself out of a bad situation and he helped, I guess. I mean, I probably trekked a good mile because, like, I asked him, I'm like, can we talk on the phone because texting is slowing down my groove. And that's when he's like, well, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm walking, I'm on blah blah blah, and it's pretty much a straight stretch. And yeah, he found me, and I'm grateful. So yeah, that was the story of how we met. But in other words, I don't know, I think things are getting harder with my mom with grieving because I think I was in shock, honestly. I think it was just pure shock. And now it's like really setting in that she's gone. And that sucks. There's sometimes, like where you wake up in the morning and I'm like in a deserted area. So like people driving by, it's like, sometimes in the morning when I wake up, there's like a few seconds where I kind of forget and then I realize, yeah, I don't know. I'm listening to a book, like, that's by a psychic about grief and loss, and I don't know. Maybe that will help, maybe not. I don't know. It's like, you guys let me know, like, if you're grieving, is there any books that really, like, helped you, that, like, stuck out to you during the process where it's like, man, this book really helped me? Or just, I don't know, anything really. Books, maybe a TV show, a movie, something. I don't know. I'm just trying to find. I don't know. I want to journal. I don't have the time for it. Like, my kids, they're just exhausting toddlers, that by the time I can, it's like I'm so exhausted and I can't concentrate. So I brought my journal with me to my sister's because I want to journal. My sister wrote this beautiful, I don't even know, like, it's called, I think When I Lost My Mom. She read it to me when, we were driving, and it's beautiful because, yeah, I don't know, maybe if I have her permission, maybe I'll pin it in the comments or whatever because it should be read. It's beautiful. And I wish I could, like, pull it up here and, like, read it, but I don't think that's possible. But I don't know, or if I had my other devices, which I don't, but yeah. So I just figured I would come on since it's been a while and kind of, I don't know, give an update on what's happening. Another thing too is, okay, it's pretty much healed, but my neck, every 10 days to 2 weeks, it will break out, and I don't know why. It breaks out where it's painful, it's itchy. I've been to the doctor several times when this happens. One thought maybe stress hives. It's not that. Another thought maybe low-grade staph. It's not that. I took the antibiotics, the steroids, the antihistamines, everything. It's still coming back and it's painful. When it comes back, like this time it reached my chin. It's like my skin, usually I don't have any issues, but it's like I have residual marks from it's still healing, especially like my jawline. You know, when you get sunburn or windburn and your skin is just like really tight and it hurts? Yeah, that's it. But it itches too. So in the middle of the night, I'm just like, you know, really going at it in my sleep. So it started happening when my mom was hospitalized, and anytime it seemed like that I would get really stressed, it'd really come with a vengeance. So anyone has any idea what that could be, that'd be great. Like, lead me in the right direction, because I'm sick of doctors throwing steroids at me and not knowing exactly what it is. I don't know. I'm just over it, you know, and then I feel like a leper, and it's just embarrassing. I don't want, you know, to like go to the store and stuff, because it's your neck, and people notice your neck and probably think like, oh, she's gross. I don't know. So yeah, this is long enough. I'm gonna take off to my sister's, keep her company, because I know it's hard on her, but I have a family, and she's alone a lot of the time, and just want to be there for her, even if I'm just kind of like sitting there. Usually I do this like every weekend, once a weekend, or yeah, like 3 times a month. I try to go, her car, she totaled it a while ago. Oh yeah, we have a car that, it's just kind of like a junker. I'm bringing her back with me tomorrow, so I'm gonna give her that so she has some sort of transportation around town for, grocery shopping, whatever. So, I don't know, I'll feel better about that then. Otherwise, I'll go to town, bring her grocery shopping, run errands, just whatever she needs. And this is all new to me because, she was out of my life for 3 years now. It's like she's the, person besides my husband I talk to the most these days. So go from nothing to like all the time. It's weird, but we just kind of picked up where we left off. And I know my mom would be proud. I know she'd be proud that I'm helping her. Just with a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna get into detail because it's personal, but I know she'd be proud. So on that note, I don't know, leave a comment, like, just say what's up, what you've been up to. I don't know. So on that note, I'm gonna get going, so hopefully I can get there before dark, because there's a lot of deer in this area. I wish I caught it, but right when I pulled in, there's 3 deer like right there, and then they ran off. But yeah, and this is Friday the 13th, and it's starting to feel like a horror movie. A garage, like, with the light on, like from The Strangers. And yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of getting creeped out now. So anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. I appreciate it, and I don't know, as always, be kind, don't be an asshole. Bye.